Hello guys, it's Lee. You don't usually see me with push mowers, but I got one. Felt it was a good deal. Guy thought it ran last year, got it out this year and won't start. So I got it for fairly inexpensive. It's only a few years old. Troy built push mower. And let me show you about it. So these are the no prime, no choke, ready to start. Just pull for power. Well, of course, that's the air filter. It goes on right there. Just so you'll know the directions on this. It says check oil, check gas, hold down the handle, pull the rope. Well, it didn't start. So I'm gonna give you a quick lesson on how to get, simple, any small engine. This just happens to be a mower. How to get it running and how to diagnose what's wrong with it, pretty quick. I will tell you this, 90+% of the time, it's fuel. It's carburetor, fuel, the gas is bad. People let gas sit in all winter. You can look on Marketplace in the springtime, and there's a bunch of mowers on there that will say, won't start, and it ran fine last year. And that's because they left the ethanol gas in it all winter. But I'm gonna show you how to diagnose it so you'll know. So what I'm fixing to do is I'm gonna put the mower on the ground so it's not dangerous. But this, I took the air breather. All right, so look, air breather, I took it off right here. And I'll show you that it won't start, but I'm gonna spray starting fluid in here and see what it does. All right, so I got the air breather off. I got gas in here. There's no primer bulb or anything. You saw the directions, but I'll show you what it's doing, which is basically nothing. All it said to do is hold this down and pull it. That's all I'm gonna do but let me show you this. What I have here. Well, that's a carb choke parts cleaner, but you can use that as starting fluid. So I'm gonna spray it right here. And I'm bypassing the carburetor basically and just see if it'll run. So that's what we wanted to see. You saw it start up for a second. It burned off the starting fluid I put in it. So what that tells me is the spark plug's good. It's got spark. I mean, it's going to run. It started. You heard it run. But so what's happening is, and just like I said, that gas is getting clogged up in the carburetor, not flowing through to the engine. And when I sprayed that carb cleaner in it, which is like a starting fluid, or you could pour gas in there too if it was on the top end. So I'm confident that it's a fuel issue. Now, hey, it could be a clogged up hose. It could be as simple as this plugged up. But what I'm gonna do is pretty simple. I'm gonna take this off, carburetor's behind here, and clean it. Now I'm gonna get a close-up video on this so I can see how the linkages are. So that one's there. Let's see that. I think I'll slide right out pretty easy. I'm gonna take a picture of it. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. All right, so I got it off. Old plastic carburetor. The linkages are there. I'm gonna take it in the shop and clean it. All right, so I got it off. I mean, it looks clean as a pin in there, but I'm gonna put my air compressor on this, and I'm gonna run it through my cleaner and put it back together and just run the air compressor through all the holes that you see. It's probably that one right there. And that's where the needle goes. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some cleaning. All right, so I got it apart. I took the needle out. I got the two parts. It's a plastic body. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not going to turn the heat on because it gets hot in there. I mean, it gets to where you can't hardly put your hand in it. And I'm just sitting here thinking that plastic, I just don't want to heat it up. I mean, I might be making a mistake, but the ultrasonic cleaner is cleaning on it. I blew air through it with the air compressor. Hey, I'm just gonna put it back together and see if it works. And if this don't work, then you just go buy a new carburetor. I mean, these carburetors, I hadn't looked at that one. Most of them are 20 bucks. And, but man, that looks so, so this mower's only 2 years old. So it's probably just got a little clog in it somewhere. But anyway, so we'll come back. All right, so I got it back together, cleaned it up. Now, I hope I can just get those linkages in there. Problem is, it's tight in there. My hands are so big. That's what I always have trouble with, getting them done. But let's go over there and see if we can get it on there and run this thing. All right, so I got the carburetor back on, so we'll see what it does. All right, so there's three things that make a small engine run that you got to test out. That spark, you know, on the spark plug, right there it is. It's compression, so like when you pull the pull cord, you'll feel the resistance. That's compression. So, and then it's the fuel, and that's the one that gets you 95% of the time. Now, if I went through all this, if I'd have sprayed the carb cleaner in it and it didn't run that first time, then I might have went and looked at the spark plug and put a spark tester on it and tested that. Like I say, 95% of the time it's fuel, because this fuel just clogs it up. So look, it's a runner. So I'll put the air filter and all that back on, and I'll be done with it, and I'll go mow my grass. But anyway, so if you're ever gonna mess with small engines, my advice to you is get familiar. I mean, you're not gonna hurt anything. I mean, go in there and take a carburetor apart, take pictures, take video, take pictures, because sometimes you get confused. I mean, this is the first time I've been in that type of carburetor. They're all very similar, but I had to go back on my phone and look at pictures a few times to see where everything went. But what fixed it probably was me running that air compressor through it. I mean, compressed air through it, and just it blew out whatever trash was in there, I'm sure. Because I don't think it was bad fuel, because it wasn't crusty in there or slimy or all that. But anyway, that's it. Just so you'll know what this is. Now, I was told it was a couple of years old. TB110. I mean, it's not a primer bulb, so it should be pretty good to go. I already checked the oil. So everything about it's good. You saw the directions earlier. So all I gotta do now is put the air filter on. Be good to go. And just like I say, on Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever, in springtime for sure, you can read through there, and mowers that don't run, you know, if you talk to the guy and he said, well, it ran last fall, but it didn't start up this spring, which is common, that means it sat there for probably 4 or 5, 6 months. Bad gas, clogged it up, and that was right there. That's the fix. That's what I did. I've done that probably 200 times on 200 different kind of mowers, riding mowers, anything with a small engine. Well, anyway, I'm done. I just put the mower up. I mowed a little bit with it, make sure you got the engine hot and make sure it ran good. That's it. That's really about maybe 30 minutes total. Got a spin on it. Hey, if you like this kind of stuff, subscribe to my channel. See you.